As you can see on my screen, there is a library called in Python that is called pandas, and with this library, we will going to read some data. Okay, whatever like now the talk now here we are talking about the data. What actually the data is? So data is in the tabular format. If the data is in the table given to you, either it is CSV data or Paraqued, JSON format, or whatever the format, like different format are there. Are you aware about CSV data, Arush?
No, sir.
Okay. CSV data means a comma separated value. What do you mean by this comma separated value? Let me show you. Do you see this data? In this data, what do you find out? Can you just see and tell me? And ma'am, Sonita ma'am, are you aware about it? CSV data, you might have aware.
Yeah.
Okay. So Arush, just see this data and see what you understand from this.
Sir, instead of a tabular format, like a table has lines or stuff to segregate all the columns and rows, but in this there are commas.
Yes, correct. And here, that is why it is called as comma separated value. Do you know what we call as this comma? This comma is called as delimiter. Delimiter means which symbol are you using to separate the data. Now here you can see this date column will have what value? This 30 January 2020. This date YMD what value will have? This one. Okay. Now this daily confirmed what value we have? 1. Total will what value have? 1. Confirm what value have? 0. Daily what value have? 0. Total recover this one 0, and like daily disease 0 and total disease 0. Like how many column we have? Just see this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many value you have? This is one data, one value. This is second value, and this is three value, right? Fourth value, this one. This is the fifth value, and similarly 6, 7, 8, right? Now hope do you understand this? When you open this CSV file in the form of Excel, how it will look, let me show you. Just open it, right click on that, and when you open with any of this Excel, MS Excel or MS Office, or of whatever the tool that you are using, I'm using WPS. So you will going to see the data in this format, which is an Excel format, right? So here CSV data is called a comma separated value, and when you open it with Excel, the data will look like in a proper format, in a tabular format where you have a rows, column, and data will arrange in a proper sequence. Okay, this is one thing. Now data means what? Data, as I said you, raw data. Now if you give, okay, let me ask you one question. If I say you give me how many number of people they recover from the corona till now. This is the last year record. Okay, this is 30 January 2020 record. I want till May I want the record of how many people they recover. Now if somebody asks you this question, will you give this whole data to him and say him you find it better from your side, or you will say okay, I will use some tool, or I will use some programming language, or I will use some logic to give you the exact detail. Just think from the customer perspective. You when you went to the shop, you ask for a bill to them, so they will going to tell you the price of all the item they have in the shop, or they will give you only the exact price of the product that you want. What actually it is?
So they will give the exact price.
Right, correct. So here the same thing has happened. Data analysis and data science, data engineering, why do we use? So that we can get some insight after the data. Insight means some pattern or some knowledge from the data. If I give you last 5 days record of Delhi and that climate. Based on that, you can decide it, okay, whether it will be rain tomorrow or what. Means it's completely 50-50% chance, but still you can make a decision on that. Okay, but suppose you see that there's extreme high temperature from last 5 days, the temperature is around 47, 48, 49. Then the next day you can't think like, okay, the next day the temperature will go to the minus, right? In summer season, if I talk about, right, how you did the analysis based on the historical record or statistic. Similarly here also, okay, here also, when you want to get a exact data, you have to process all the data, and this data you can process it with the help of Python library, that is pandas and all. Okay, you can use several libraries like pandas, and you can read the whole content of the file, and you can do data processing from it. Now the question is how you can read the data. There are two way: either you can download the data and you can read it, okay, or you can read the data directly from the website also. How it is, you can see on my screen, this is a pandas PyData org document, where you can see this, you have a data, okay. Like how you will work, this is a Titanic data means Titanic data set. Have you seen Titanic movie?
Yes, sir.
So in that, what was the scenario like? Just similar to that here, if anyone give you Titanic data, based on that you need to decide how many people they will going to save, how many people they died it on that, and what was based on that you can do analysis, like whether the died people are old people, children's, or adult, or how many are female on that, male on that, like that you can do the analysis on the data. Okay, they will going to provide you the raw data. Based on the raw data you can do the analysis. Let me show you, this is called as CSV data, or you can say Titanic data set. What is this? Passenger ID, survived, one column. P class means something column, or you can say some branches, like just like in airlines we have economic class, business class. In in railway we have a uh, AC 3 tier, second tier, first tier, sleeper, general, right? So pre-class can be some class on ship, name of that passenger, his whether he's male, female, what is age, and there are other information like ticket number, fare. So based on this, the complete data will be going to provide you based on the number of passenger, how you can get the data with the help of Python, how you can print the data, and out of that data how you can get the selected data. If I say you, suppose you are working in an organization, and your company says you, I want to work with the Titanic data, but I want only passenger ID and their P class. So how you will get that? Out of this, how many column here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, right? Out of the 12 column I want only 3 column. What are those? Passenger ID, P class, and name. How you will get that? How you will process it, that so that you will get only these 3 column and rest you don't, right? So this is called as data analysis, and in data science and data engineering we also do the same. We play with the data. Data science means you are going to apply algorithm on this such kind of data set and do the prediction. Data engineering means we will going to prepare the data, we will going to remove the impurity or like incorrect data, null values. And data analysis means we will try to find out some pattern on that. Okay, is it clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Anything that is not clear, or like you want me to explain something else? Are you able to understand why I am trying to explain you this part, data analysis, to both of you I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
It's understood. Yeah.
Yes, so same thing, this pandas as I've shown you. Now here, So here, if you want to read the data set, how you can read that? First of all, you need to import pandas library on your code. Import pandas as PD. Okay, pandas is one library. Okay, we just need to add it on our Python code, because this library will help us to read a data of any format: CSV data, Excel data, text data. This will going to help us to read a data in the form of tabular data frame we call it. Okay, frame. So we help us to read a data in the form of data frame, tabular data. Okay, now how you are going to do that? You just need to run this instruction: pd.read csv. Pd is here what? Pandas. In order to prevent writing the whole library name pandas, you can write down like this also: import pandas as pd, and you can use a short name to call the functions that are available in this pandas. Okay, this pandas library will have a lot of functions that will allow you to read a different kind of files. So when you see here, when you read this file pd.read.csv, inside this double quotes, what you will going to pass? The path of the file. What are the path of the file? Wherever you save this file. Okay, and one more thing, because this file is read cs means this file is a csv file, I am using this function read csv in order to read this file csv data. Okay, so here just I have taken I with the help of pandas I'm reading the csv file that are means that are save or store in this path, and I will going to assign to some variable Titanic, and I will going to print it. What actually it is, this path you can give it from your system. Like for example, if you are on this path, you can right click and this is the path of your file. If I talk about this particular file, what will be the path? This path you will copy as it is and you will paste it here. Okay, between this and so that, and you will give the name of the file. This is actually will come backward slash, because if you use window and if you use Linux, then it will come forward slash. Hope you are aware about it. Have you done work on Linux operating system? I think might be you have not done work. Linux is one more operating system, just like a window, but there you need to run commands. It's not like a user interface. Android is what, Arush?
So Android operating system for mobile.
Correct. What is iOS? Apple mobile iOS, that
Yeah.
is what? Right.
So I know about Linux. I have worked in it.
Okay, yeah. So like this is a different kind of operating system we have, right? So based on that, you need to write down. Now, as you can see here, when you write down or when you assign it to the variable and when you are printing it, it is showing you the data, right? And while showing the data, it will show you the number of rows and column also. As you have already seen, there are 12 column and the rows were how much? 891, means how many document or how many rows you have or record you have with respect to this data set. 891 rows you have. Now, out of this, suppose if I say you, I want to see only first 8 data. I repeat once again, if I say you, I want to see first 8 data or 10 data, then how you're going to do that? Variable name dot head function and the number of rows you want. So here Titanic dot head 8. Okay, so you will going to write this Titanic dot head 8. It will going to give you 8 record starting from 0 to 7. As you know, like in the list, you have done work in the list Python, right?
Yes,
So if I want to access the first element of list, what index I will going to pass?
zero.
Correct. So here also like this happens. Index will always start from 0 and it will goes till the end of the line or how many line you want to print it. So head function, if you do not pass any value here, suppose if you remove this value 8 here, by default like it will give you 5 data, top 5 data means first 5 data. if you assign any value there like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, then it will give you first 10 data, 11 data, 12 data like this. So it works in this way. Now what is the motive behind that? Why do we do this? This will going to help the data analysis to find out the data. Now suppose I am working in a one enterprise. I wanted to see how many product has sell on that particular days, or I wanted to see the first data of first 5 customer. Okay, then this kind of thing will be helpful there. It will show you the record of first 5 customer of that particular day, of that particular customer, if your data set is having that much information. Okay, so this is the way of working with this data. Now suppose if you want to see the end of the data, from the bottom you want to see the 10th record, then you just need to write tail instead of head. You just need to write the tail. Do you understand this? Like head function is going to use for first 5 record. If you do not pass any argument inside the parenthesis, if you passed any value there, then it will be called as a, means certain data only it will going to show you, like 8, 10. And if you're going to use a tail function there instead of head, then it will going to show you the bottom record, means from the bottom, the top element. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
By default, how many rows will be shown?
By default it will going to show you 5 if you do not pass any arguments. Like if you do not pass here 8, you just type titanic dot head, it will going to show you 5 record of the top 5.
What if we did not pass the head or tail also? That we just write Titanic.
Okay, if you do not pass, then it will going to show you the whole record, but it will uh, like it will like lapse the between record, means you can see here, if I use only this variable, okay, then it will going to show you 4 first starting record, then in between this will going to lapse, and then it will going to show you the remaining one. Why? Because in Jupyter notebook, where we will going to run this code, all the data will not be occupy on the same cell, means data will not come on the notebook. So it will show you starting record and the end record. Between record it will show you with dot. Data will, means data will be there, but it will going to hide it with dot to just represent that there is a data in between. But because this whole data can't come, right, you only think that if you try to print 1000 rows, then this whole notebook will get filled with that. So in order to prevent that, they will just shows you certain record. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have any question?
No.
Okay. So here now, if you want to find out the data type of all the columns, okay, you want to find the data type, like what column holds what value, okay, then what you are going to use Titanic dot d type. This d type function will give you idea on how you can read, means what will be the data type of a particular data set, means of specific column. Okay, means on this Titanic data set, okay, how many columns you have: passenger, survive, P class, name, sex, age, or ticket, fare, cabin, all these are there. What value hold by that particular column, with the help of d type function you can get an idea. Okay, now here integer 64. Okay, so this integer 64 will tell you passenger id is holding integer data, survive and P class also holding integer data, name, name it will going to show you with an object because it is holding string data, and this age also will going to hold a float data. Age is float 64 because like here the datas are like this: 22.0, 38.0, means whoever has created this data, they have entered the values like this. And in some of them place we have this value like nan, means datas are missing there. Okay, this is the actual work of data engineer or data analysis here. They will going to remove this kind of like unavailable data or impurity there. Actually this column is missing this value, right? So they will try to replace this nan with values that belong to this column, or whether either they will going to use median statistic. They will apply like median, mode or average they will going to apply, but they will going to replace this value because this nan is not an effective, they will not give you any idea. So in order to consider the whole data you have to replace this with some value. Okay, so like this we works in an organization in any big companies, like whether it is Google, whether it is Samsung, Apple, we have a data with us. These are There are three profiles in that: data analysis, data engineer, and data scientist. Data analysis, what they do, they are the basic level where they use Python and some tool. This all thing you can do it with the help of tool also. Tools in the sense there are available various tool in the market. I don't know whether you know it or what, like Tableau, Power BI. It's more technical. Don't think in that way. Just think like what is your agenda here to understand the data. You have to make your like understanding in such a way that you can visualize from the data, like how the data looks. Based just by looking into the column, you should be able to understand. Okay, this column is of integer value, this column is holding integer value, this column holding integer value, this is something string data, that is on object data type. So that way you have to prepare it. Okay, so this all comes under data engineer, but data engineering part, but it's depend on the what data set you are handling. So this is one thing, right? Now the next thing is, okay, now Excel data. Okay, this is what we have seen, CSV data. What if I give you this Excel data, if I save this data in the form of Excel. Okay, like suppose if I save it like dot xls extension. Okay, let me, instead of this CSV, you can see this CSV now. I'm using here something else, Excel. Okay, so this something Excel template, Excel TX something, whatever it is. Okay, if you use it and save it, then how you can read it, that also we can like do it. In order to read that you have to just write like Titanic dot to Excel. Here what we are doing here, here this will going to convert, this will going to save your CSV data to the Excel file, and we will give the name of that. Here you can see this dot to Excel, what it will going to do it here, Titanic dot to Excel. Titanic is what, where you have read the CSV data, right? And when you use this to Excel function, it will going to convert it into this Excel format. Okay, what is the name when you are going to convert and save it? Titanic dot xls index. You don't want indexing of the file. Indexing means suppose these rows are there. Okay, index means 0 1 0 will going to tell this is a row 0. One additional column will going to be add here, that will going to tell the index of each and every row. So you made it false, you don't want, so you have kept index is equal to false. And this sheet name passenger. Okay, means maybe like passenger is the name of the sheet. Okay, so you can do it like that. So this to Excel method will store the data into the Excel file, and this sheet name you just pass it. Suppose you have a like in Excel also, actually what happens, see like Arush, I think you might be aware, like in this Excel there are different sheet we can create, right? So when it will going to save, obviously the file name will be your time.xls that you have given as a first parameter. But what will be the name of the sheet? Okay, this name of the sheet, just like here, case time series is coming, right? What you want to give that, that actually telling about here passenger. Okay, this is the name of your complete file which is having n number of sheet, but that particular sheet what will have, that you will going to pass it here. Okay, so like this it is work. Suppose you want to add, like here you can see, when you do not pass index is equal to false, it will going to add an index like this is an additional column. You can see 0 1 2 3 4, right? So this is called as an index, additional column is added. If you want to ignore this, then you need to write this index is equal to false. So while converting into the Excel, what are the three parameter or three things that you need to pass? Name of the file after conversion, w- what particular is the sheet name in that Excel file, and what will be the index, means do you want the index or not? This thing you need to decide. Next thing, after conversion, suppose you like you want index, so you simply remove this. It's not like you have to do index is equal to true. If you do not pass this value here, then by default it will going to give you index, like 0 for this first row, 1 for this first row, second row, 2 for this third row, like this. Now one more thing that is we left. Now suppose you want to, once you are done with this Titanic data, Titanic was the variable name in which you have read the whole data of your data set. You want to find it out the information of that, a brief information. Brief information means what? How many number of column, what was their data type, and how many number of entries are there. Just a brief information if you want, then just use info function. This info function will give you the number of entries 0 to 890, how many number of column, what will be the data type, and what is a behavior of that column, whether it is null, non-null, it is having null values and what, and based on that you will get it. Now here you can see why these values are varying. Do you know? 891, 891, 891, 714, and here 204. Can you tell me why these values are not coming 891? Any one of
Sir,
you?
they must have null values.
Good, correct. Here null values are there. That is the reason out of 891 it is showing 714, and here it is showing 204 for this cabin one. Okay, so and it will also going to show you how much memory they will going to occupy. So this is with the help of info function it is possible. So like this we do with play with the tabular data. Okay, so do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now I will going to show you one like in a Google Colab how you can read the data. Now you just see here what is the difference between what you have what I have taught you right now and what is the difference in this code. The difference is I am here not reading from the specific location. I am reading directly from the internet. Let me show you. You can see here I am directly reading from this URL. I thought is if I download this data, it will occupy the space in my memory, and I misplace somewhere. Then every time I need to change the like a location. So I decided better I should read it directly from the link. Okay, so how I did that? If you click on this link, let me show you. As I click on this link, this will download your dataset. You can see here. Okay, let it be open that dataset. You can see this raw data and the dataset is like this. It was a COVID-19 dataset based on state wise, district wise, country wise, how many people were infected, their death count. Okay, how many they are dead, how many, what was the reason. Like you can see here notes, they travel from outside, right? Wuhan. Some of the people they travel from Wuhan in a Kerala and they found COVID positive, and like what was their age, in what bracket they are coming, what was their state patient number something ID, like this several information are here. Okay, so here like this you can like play with the data. Now if you want to see the link, okay, just copy this link, and if you paste it on the tab, you will come to know, like you will see the website from where I'm downloading the data. Sorry, I think it's 1 minute. Sorry, from here I downloaded the data. So just see this. Okay, it's not opening. Might have India. Yeah, actually, yes.
Which live which
Sorry,
library did you use to which library did you use
I use a
to
request.
import the data?
I use import request to request the URL to make the data available and get access to the data. So I use import request to make a request to the URL or web pages, and I import JSON and CSV if the data is in that format. And pandas, on obviously pandas and numpys we will going to use in order to read CSV data.
Sir,
Yes,
so can you explain that thing once more? Which all libraries did you import and why?
yes. I have used this libraries like import request, okay, import CSV, import JSON. So JSON is if you have a JSON file. Import request is used when you want to get access to the any web content, any web page content, like if you want to access the data from the website, or if you want to read directly from the link, then you need to import request. You need to do import request is nothing but actually these are the Python file that you want to edit on your current code, this code. So we just use import. This request and CSV is kind of Python file that are already defined by your Python compiler. You just need to add it on your code. So we just write import request, import CSV, import pandas as PD, and numpy. This is I have not told you till now. Numpy, why do we need it? So that it will convert your row, whatever the rows are present on your data set, into the vector. What do you mean by vector? So that you convert this row in the form of array. uh, you might have been aware about this matrices. You might have studied in class 10th. In CBSE, it is in class 10th, it is there. Do you remember matrices?
Yes, sir.
So matrices में क्या होता है, like matrices में rows and column होते हैं, right? मैं n crosses अगर मैं matrices कहता हूँ कि like मुझे 3 क्रॉस 3 का matrices चाहिए, तो उसमें क्या होता है, 3 क्रॉस 3 मीन्स टोटल एलिमेंट कितने हुए?
9.
करेक्ट. और वो किस फॉर्मेट में होता है, 2 डायमेंशन और 1 डायमेंशन?
Two dimension.
करेक्ट. रोज एंड कॉलम होते हैं, राइट? सो हम लोग को क्या करना होता है यहाँ पे, लाइक व्हाई डू वी आर यूजिंग दिस numpys? This numpy will going to convert this row that are present on your data set into some vector. Vector means some array. Okay, like here you can see this means each row I will convert into the vector, like here you can see here. Who is he? I don't know. Okay, let it be. Yeah, suppose this is your data, right? You want to convert into the vector. So you will going to pass this in the form of vector. A vector in the sense like it is in the form of you can say matrices, rows and column. Okay, am I audible, right? Am I
Your
audible?
voice
Yes.
is cracking a bit. Is
Okay,
it my internet or your?
no, I think because it's raining, so I connected with my mobile network. So might be my network is somewhat unstable. But RM means, am I clear now?
Yes, sir, you are clear.
Okay. So like suppose if I connected here and I close my vector here, then how many rows you have? Three, right? And if I say how many column, so it will be something like this, right? 3 cross 12. Why 3 cross 12? You are considering three column, okay? And inside this three column, how many, sorry, you are considering three row, and how many column you are considering? 12, right? So 3 cross 12 means 36 entry. 36 entry, so it will be three data, right? So how your Python, they will read the data. They can't read the data directly like this. They will read the data in the form of vector. Means each row you have to pass it in the form of array. Okay, like this is index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. Like this value in the form of vector, you will going to pass it to the array. So numpy library, when you import it, okay, numpy library, what they will do, they will convert your whole data set in the form of vector, so that later on you can do analysis on that, you can perform machine learning algorithm on that, you can perform some function on that, like count row, sum row. So just remember one thing, that numpy is used to convert your data into form of vector or array. If you don't understand vector, just think it will convert it into the array. An array also, you know, right, it is 2 dimension, 3 dimension, where you have indices. So suppose if I say you, on this particular column I want to access the record, on the, I want to access this record 1. Okay, so how you're going to access it? Based on the index, right? So this particular index on this particular vector, the index of this will be 2, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, right? So based on that specific vector, this each row will be act as a vector, and in that vector or array you will have an index. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that will make easy for your Python to read the data and to perform an operation. Now in case if you want to access any specific element on any of this row, suppose let's take example of this row. If I want to access any of this row and I wanted to check what is the recover value, so you can just by looking into this, you can get a value from this, like a vector 3 will have a value 3, right? So that is the reason that we use numpy. So import request is used to make a connection with the URL. So to the request web page that I wanted to get access of the data that are present on this link, and numpy is used for converting into the data frame or like an array. Pandas is used to read the tabular data. Import CSV is a Python file that you want to edit on your code because you are reading the CSV file. And import JSON is I have done in case if I need to read JSON, then also I can do it. But here we have not done work on JSON, so you can comment it also, or even if you leave it, it won't impact. This is the additional thing. Now here, just you have to do the same thing. pd.read CSV. There you are passing the location of your file, right? In the form of this. Okay, like this, suppose you are copying this path and you are passing it, right? Here same thing is happen, but here you are passing the URL. The only difference is here you are passing the URL, and based on that it will going to read it. Now we have only